This tutorial video is going to focus on switches. I'll try to keep it really simple, but switches are actually huge in this program or in game making in general. It's They are basically what tell the game something has happened. Once it's happened, then the switch is flipped and the game knows, yes, that's happened. It keeps a record of that fact. And then if you want to undo that or go back to the previous condition, you can always flip a switch off as well. So one of the easiest ways to show a switch in a practical, concrete way would be a treasure chest. So I created an event here. I called it chest number one, chose the graphic as the red treasure chest. Action button is going to trigger it, and the same layer as the characters, so we won't be able to walk through it. That's what we want. I'm going to create another treasure chest here, and I'll choose the brown treasure chest. Call this chest number 2, chest number 1, and chest number 2. All right. Now, when we press enter on this event, we want the treasure chest to open. So I'm going to show you one thing quickly here. Notice that the direction that this object is facing is down. Now, most things, like if it's a person, they face down or they face to the right or they face up. You can choose the direction you want the character to face. For objects, watch what happens when we change it. It just changes the animation. So it doesn't actually turn your chest facing in a different direction. These are used to show the animation of the chest opening. So the default, or like the closed chest or closed door, is always going to be facing down, and then you go counterclockwise, right, up, and then left. If you cycle through that, then you will get the animation of it opening. So when we activate it, that's what we want to have happen. We want the object to um, animate. And so we're going to go into the event commands and go to page 2 where it says set move route. And we're going to put this is chest number 1. So I want chest number 1 to move. And I want it to turn right. And maybe I'll just make this, throw in a wait there. I think that just delays it slightly so it doesn't rush through it. And then turn up and then turn left. And that will be the animation that we want. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to go to chest number 2. I'm going to add that in, but I don't want chest number 1 to move. I want chest number 2 to move. So just change that, but the rest of the actions are the same. Okay, so let's just see what happens with this. So I wouldn't want that to happen. Notice that I can keep making it open and close kind of animation. Uh, Pressing it once activated, I'll just go back so you can see the code. When we activated it, we told the event to turn right, turn up, turn left. So we basically told the event to look that way, look that way, look that way, and then we didn't give it any more directions, so it just stayed like that. That's fine. That's actually perfect. It should stay looking like it's open because you already got the treasure, and then now you want to signal to the player that the treasure is already gotten. You can't get any more treasure from that chest, so it's perfect if it stays that way. But for it to be able to reanimate every time we revisit it, that's kind of weird. We don't want that. So we'll use a switch. If we create another page in this event, I'll go new page here, then two different things can happen. And we're going to make this one the regular version where there's no conditions. This is just what it will do from the get-go or from by default. And then if we have a special condition like the switch, I'm going to create a switch. So try not to move too fast here. We create a condition that a switch will have to be on for this page to work. And we can choose which switch. Switch number 1 is called talk to troll, but we don't want that one. So we go to the dots. Now you can choose any one of these slots. There's lots of different positions for you to make more switches. In this game making, I've already made 23 switches, so I'll go to 24 and I'll just call it chest 1 opened. Okay? When that switch is on, this is the code that will run instead. And what do I want? I want nothing to happen. So I'm just going to leave it there. In other words, when the switch has not been flipped yet, it will animate for us as if it's opening. And if the switch is on, then it will do nothing. But we have to make the switch turn on. So we'll add that in the event commands. In here, remember by default, we're in the first page of the event. After it animates, we want to actually, just to be safe, no, never mind. Yeah, let's go to page 1 of the event command, and it says control switches, the 6th one down. We get to choose which switch we want to turn on. I'm going to go to chest 1 opened. That's there. Turn on is what I want. So we turn on the switch, and then now it's going to do nothing. Okay, but I just caught myself. I was about to go and try it, but it's not actually quite ready. Can you tell what's wrong here? We flip the switch and nothing will happen. That's what we want. Actually, it might even work. Let's try it as it is. I'm curious now. Maybe maybe the thing that I thought was going to be a problem won't actually be. So let's try opening it. Okay. And then I can't do anything now. Okay, it was fine. I was worried that it was going to revert back to its original position. But I guess we never did tell it to turn away from the direction facing left, so it's still facing left and it'll be stuck like that. Can no longer alter it. All right, so I would just have to do the same for this one and create a new page. In the second page, we would go switch, make another switch for chest number 2, and flip the switch in the first page. I want chest number 2 open for this one, flipping that switch on, and this would work then. Back it opens chest number 2. Maybe the wait is a little bit much there. Maybe it's better if it opens a little faster, actually. Like a really old chest. But that's the basics of switches, and like I said, switches are huge in the whole chicken catching game that I made. This is also based on switches. Like when you catch chicken number 2, we turn on the switch chicken number 2 caught, and when that switch is on, the chicken disappears. So that's how that works. Also, we'll review on variables. The variable of how many chickens is caught um, goes up by 1 each time you catch a chicken. So this little bit of code is in every chicken, but each chicken has its own switch. Chicken 2 is caught is on after you've caught chicken number 2. And chicken number 4 has chicken 4 caught. That switch turns on, and when that switch is on, this chicken disappears, and so on. So It's things like that. You can use switches for whether or not you've talked to someone yet, or whether or not you've picked up an item, all kinds of things. Switches are all over the place in this program and in game making in general. Right? So that's everything for this tutorial, and we'll catch you in the next one.